1, 2, 3, and we're live. Now you got a straight face. Now there's no laughing.
Trying really hard not to laugh.
Now there's no laugh. I'm not saying you couldn't laugh when you started, but
just feels like you're like so official, like on the air.
No, it just helps me. It just helps me like when I edit.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah. That makes sense.
The way, because since it's recorded differently, I gotta put them in two separate categories. Don't worry about it.
So does doing this at all like make you think about like an actual like recording studio career kind of thing, like working for the radio or something?
No. I'm not a big like radio guy or anything like that. I just like, for me, it's just a hobby where I can keep in contact with my friends.
Okay.
You know? And I say that on pretty much like every episode, but yeah, it's not much of a radio. I do like a talk, like a show in like person and like video, but just straight radio, probably not.
Okay.
That's why I also choose to record it, because it's like video editing is kind of like what I find interesting, because the audio is done really quickly.
Yeah.
But the video is like done. Take some time, and I think it adds a whole new layer, a whole new flavor.
That's fair. Video editing is so much harder than it looks.
It takes a while. I mean, I've been editing since I was like really young, though. Since I was like in like 5th grade or 6th grade.
What would you make videos of?
Honestly, it just started with like school projects.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I had, my friends and I in middle school had a YouTube channel.
A straight YouTube channel. Now we got to find it. You're not going to pull it up for us?
They deleted it because people hated it. We got so much shit for it. Like, people made fun of us all the time. And then we had girls younger than us start remaking our YouTube videos and like making parodies of them. And we were just like,
wait,
oh
what were they about though?
They were literally just us, like, do you know, like the flip cameras?
Yeah.
Did you have those?
Yeah.
We had.
Well, I never had one, but
we carried it around everywhere and just filmed everything that we were doing.
Oh, so you just vlogged?
We do that. No, it was more like synchronized stuff that we'd like do to music and then layer it all, edit it all together. And we would go to open gym, like gymnastics. Yeah. And we'd film that the whole time. And then we started doing like cheerleading videos. And
it sounds like vlogging to me.
Yeah.
It sounds like vlogging.
But
and people didn't really like your
life.
Thing. You might have been a vlogging pioneer and people didn't like your life,
I guess not.
Maybe they thought you were boring. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's too cold out there. I don't know.
We liked it. We had fun.
I would have loved to see it. I would have supported it. I would have thrown y'all a like or a
we have some
subscription.
On Facebook that are there, and it's just a lot.
They're awkward.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. All the videos, man. All the videos we made, they were all just like school projects. And for some reason,
why did your school have to keep making you make projects?
No, they were just like, so for example, like the first one I remember making was like an English project. And we were studying like marketing or something. And so it was like different marketing techniques. And so we had to create a video selling a product that had to use, she gave us like a list of like marketing techniques of saying, and like testimonials or interviews or scientific research or, putting in like a special deal, like buy one, get one half off or something like just like a bunch of those stupid little things. I mean, this was like this was 8th grade.
Yeah, it was like middle school.
It was like 8th grade, middle school. And so, yeah, we just like did like an energy drink and me and my buddies just like went to the park and ran around and
filmed it all.
Just filmed stupid stuff. And I actually got in so much trouble for that video because like we thought we did a really good job and I thought it was hilarious and they thought it was hilarious.
But...
Well, and then we presented it, or we shot it in class, and everyone fucking laughed, and everyone thought it was awesome and stuff. And then there was another group of girls who were, they were her friends, who did a good job. They did a really good job, but they didn't get as good of a reaction as we thought we did, which maybe they did. I was just like too enamored in myself because I was really proud of the video. But the problem was that specific teacher did not like us. Like me, it was me, my buddy, and like two of my buddies, but me and one guy were just like her main targets. Like we were just like, that year we had every single class together. It might have been 9th grade. I don't remember. But we had every single class together, like all 7 periods.
That's dangerous.
So, and we were like super close buddies.
Yeah.
So like we would just hang out all the time, and we would just became like super just rambunctious and loud.
Yeah.
And that's probably why she hated us. And
was there anything like questionable in the video?
No. It was our reaction to it.
Oh,
so
okay.
At the end, whoever did the best, she gave like extra credit to, or like a prize to.
Yeah.
And we knew we were gonna win. Everyone's like, "Yeah, you're gonna win," and we didn't. And so I just yelled out,
rigged.
"No!" I just yelled out, "What the hell?" And my buddy, his name is LJ, he started freaking out. He's like, "Are you serious?" And we just started yelling, and she did not hesitate. She knew we were gonna do it. She was just like, out.
Oh my
and
God.
we were like, "God, come on." And like she would she would kick us out all the time. There was this one time where she like we were talking too much and everybody was talking, and she was just like, "Everybody needs to be quiet. Now get out your books." And so I reached down to get my book, and somebody else said something, and she just goes, "Oh yeah, Eddie, get out." I was like, "I didn't even say anything." And she's like, "Well, now you did. Get out."
Oh my God.
I was like, "Oh my God."
That confuses me so much. Like, why people like that choose to work with kids. Like, if you really get annoyed that easily, like, I feel like isn't there another career you'd rather be doing?
I had quite a bit of trouble with like certain professors. I would say out of like my entire like grade school, I only had 3% professors who I didn't get along with.
Professors?
Or teachers who I didn't get along with. And in my mind, they were people who were very favoritist. Like they had favorites.
Yeah.
You know, I wouldn't say they accepted favoritism. I don't know how you'd say it. But they had their favorites. Mm-hmm. And if you didn't play along to whatever their scheme or their thing was, and you didn't get their favorites, you were on their bad list. And when you were on their bad list,
then you're screwed.
Then you were whatever. So it's like these teachers who I always had problems with had their like just all the kiss ass students or all the kids who just happened to fall in line with their personality or whatever. They would just, be the ultimate thing and they could do no wrong.
Yeah.
And then if you didn't, then you would get in trouble. And like, I'm not saying
I was one of those kids.
That was a little kiss butt.
That could get away with anything because
everything?
they love me.
See, and
I would like get out of my desk and lay on the floor in class.
Really?
Yeah.
Jeez. I could do that in certain classes. I also had a couple classes where I could do that, like in my Spanish class.
Just let you get away with anything?
Well, I mean, I didn't do anything, but like, yeah, like my my teacher was really, really cool. Mm-hmm. And she became friends with like my mom. And then like, I was just like.
That's what mine was in a class where I like babysat for her kids. Like I called her mom. Like we were really close.
My mom would like substitute for her class sometimes. And like, she would come over to my house or like whatever for tea or coffee or whatever.
I never also really understood why people like acted so bad for substitute teachers. Like it's it's gonna get right back to your original teacher anyway.
I know, but it's like they're kids. I don't know. I feel like the reason why, and I mean, you're making me feel like a bad kid. the reason why I think is because they don't know you. So like for example, like. When you first start off in a classroom, you know everybody in there, especially in high school. But if you never met the teacher, you could basically be whatever.
Yeah.
And in some teachers, it depends. Like if I had like 5 of my best, closest friends in there, of course I was going to get in trouble.
Yeah.
Because we'd be talking all the time. And if I didn't, then I wouldn't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or if I was like separated. And then when the year went on, she or he would know. I mean, I don't always have problems with female professors, but female teachers, dude, what is that?
Do they have their doctorates at your middle school?
Sorry, you don't have to have a doctorate to be a professor. I think it's just like college. Do you?
I think so.
I don't know.
I think you have to have some kind of graduate degree.
I've called every single one of my professors professor, so. And I mean, most of them have PhDs, so I guess. But anyway, the point is that would happen. And so they would get to know me and they would get to know, oh, this is this type of kid. And if I sit them next to this kid, they're going to talk.
Yeah.
So they keep an eye. You know. I mean, kids now too. Like, when kids are like, you can just instantly tell as an adult.
Yeah.
This is this type of kid. This is that type of kid. But substitute teachers don't know you, and a lot of times they're not teaching anything. So it's like, when a substitute teacher comes in, whatever we're going to learn, we're probably not going to learn because we're probably going to do a video or just a PowerPoint or something stupid or like an activity. Like a lot of times it'd be like an activity. You just get to do whatever all day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like that freedom. And then it's just like, oh, everything comes out, you know?
That's fair, I guess. If you're a bad kid.
Dude, I wasn't a bad kid. I was just free, you know? I was very vocal on my opinions.
All right, I guess that's fair.
Dude, I would always just get in trouble for talking. I just like talking to people. I don't know. This is why I'm doing this.
That's fair.
This is why I'm doing this. Dude.
I'm like one of those people that gets really upset, like when someone is up in the front of the room talking and other people are also talking. I just like if that was you and other people were talking, like distracting people, you know, it just makes me sad for them.
Yeah, it's funny because like I don't think. I mean, obviously I can't say for sure because I don't remember. But I would like to think that for the most part, I didn't talk during presentations and stuff.
Yeah.
It would just be when the teacher is going, which like I guess, but it's just like.
Well, then that's their presentation.
Yeah, I know. But
when you're a kid, you don't think about it.
Yeah, when you're a kid, you just don't know. Dude, I would just do such stupid stuff. Like when I was a kid, I remember this one time we were supposed to do like a little play for English class. And she's like, you guys need to bring props. And we didn't bring props. And so she's like, well, then go out and like look around and find some sticks or like go through the trash or something. And so me and my buddy walk out and they just so happen to be cutting the trees and like trimming the trees. So we get like a 9-foot tree branch and we bring it into the classroom. What? And we're just like bringing it in. We're like, oh, this is our thing. She's like, are you serious? We're like, yeah, we're going to use it. Like, we didn't even use it. I don't even remember what we were using it for.
It was just a set piece.
We just thought it would be so funny. And we were just like, oh, that'd be hilarious to do.
Oh my God.
But, I mean, it wasn't at all. I don't know.
It's a funny story, though, right?
I would,
Good.
yeah, maybe.
Good thing to share.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. That year, too, we made another video. And, like, that was when I was getting, like, really good at, like, editing. Mm-hmm. And it was, like, you know, I feel like that was 10th grade. Yeah, 10th grade is when you, like, read The Scarlet Letter and, like, Great Gatsby and all that stuff.
Yes.
So we had to choose one of them and do a like reinterpretation of the story. So we did The Great Gatsby and it was like all right until like we just decided to put in like, because we were in JV football, so we just decided to put a football scene in it. And she was just like, it was so irrelevant. Like, and we were all pissed off because she didn't even play it in the class. Like she just didn't play it.
Did she play everybody else's?
Yeah.
Oh,
and she didn't play ours and we were like, what the hell? She was like, you like did a horrible job. She was like, the video was fine, but it had nothing to do with anything. She was like, you made The Great Gatsby and turned into a football video. Like it had nothing to do with the characters.
But it was supposed to be a reinterpretation, right?
But the story had nothing to do.
There.
It had nothing to do with anything. Okay. Like, and even the football scenes, it was just us running around at a park, like filming each other, trying to look cool. Like, I mean, we're in 10th grade, like whatever. We were like 15 years old, so
wow,
whatever. But
I'm just really glad I never have to be in middle school again.
Oh, dude, did you see that movie 8th grade?
No, but I wanted to.
Oh, it's good.
Is it good?
Yeah, especially I feel like from a girl's point of view.
Why? Is it about is the main character a girl?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She is.
Have you seen The End of the Fucking World?
The End of the Fucking World or The End of the World?
No, The End of the Fucking World. It's like a Netflix series.
Oh, is that the one with like the kid who wants to kill her or something?
Yeah.
I was going to, but I heard it was shitty.
Oh, I liked it. But the girl in it looks like she's like 13 and she's actually like 28.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's like in everything else.
That's so weird to me, though. She looks so young.
Well, actually, I feel like it's opposite. Isn't it usually opposite where it's like they look like they're like 30 years old and they're supposed to be in high school?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But no, she looked like a small child.
Man. Oh, I didn't see that one. I heard it was shitty, though. So it's like...
I liked it. It was spooky, kind of, but not really.
Really?
Yeah. I'm just really fucking excited for the new season of Stranger Things.
Oh, I am too.
That's going to be so good.
Yeah, I'm super excited for it. Just because, like, I was so surprised by, like, the first one because it just came out of nowhere, I feel.
Yeah. And then there's, like, a point where you don't even, like... because the first one was so good, you didn't really you kind of expected the second one to be a letdown, but then the second one was also just as good, I felt like.
Yeah, it definitely was. I mean, it just... I liked the first one a lot more because it was scarier, and the second one was more action-packed. They felt different.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, the first one was more eerie, and the second one was more, like, action-y. I hate how the moment Bob came in, I knew he was going to die.
Yeah.
Just the moment he came in, I was like, this dude's dead.
Because he was, like, too good of a guy to
He was
survive,
too perfect.
basically.
I was like, they're making us love this guy so much. It's only to rip our hearts out.
Which is so
only
sad.
to rip our hearts out. Like,
So
Bob was dope.
Yeah, he was.
He saved us from the One Ring and the Goonies.
Literally have not been able to sit through a Lord of the Rings movie ever. Any of them.
A single one?
Nope, I have not seen one all the way through.
Oh,
I've seen like bits and pieces, but I've never seen a full movie.
you could just take a break.
It's like
you could just take a break.
It's not even like I don't want to. It's just been like circumstantial where it just has never happened.
Oh, dude, I have the DVD set, and I'll let you borrow it.
Okay.
It's the extended versions.
But what can I play a DVD on?
Well, it's a Blu-ray. Do you not have a Blu-ray player?
My
Xbox,
computer doesn't have a thing. No.
Xbox, PlayStation.
Wii?
No.
That's all we got.
All right. Well, I also have digital copies you can play on your laptop with your USB.
Oh, really?
So I'll give you that. Yeah. But the only reason why I say that from the discs is because it's such a long movie, because it's the extended version, that the discs are split. So it's like the first movie is 2 discs. So it's like a half and then another half. So you could literally watch the first half of the movie, and then the disc ends, and you could just stop. Then you watch the second one.
A well-deserved
So it turns from 3 movies into 6 movies, which is like, I guess, like you said, if you're short on time, easier to digest.
Yeah.
Because then the third one is 4.5 hours.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
And people saw that in theaters?
No, these are the extended versions.
Oh, okay.
The one in theaters was about 3.
So do extended versions like change the storyline?
No, they just add storylines to it.
So, but wouldn't that still make it different?
No, it's just like more world building. It's like storylines that aren't crucial to like this to the story, but just add to it.
Okay.
You know, it's like, let's say we're going to shoot a movie, and you need to get from point A to B. And from point A to B, you're going to have roadblock B or C and D.
Uh-huh.
You can give a certain more time to each roadblock if you want to make the movie longer. So like, all right, so you have roadblock C, you have roadblock D. So that's 3 parts. You have the beginning, then you hit roadblock C, then you have the middle, and you hit roadblock D, and then the end.
Yeah.
So if you want to make it an hour and a half, those thirds are going to be pretty short. Your acts, you know? But if you want to make it longer, then you can make each act an hour. So a lot of times they record stuff and then the studio says, you know, we want to keep it within this time limit, or sometimes it just drags on.
Yeah.
Like sometimes they're just not needed. So they take them out. But when the movies come out and they get like really well received, and obviously the Lord of the Rings is like huge, people want to see more.
Right.
You know? So it's like just added content. I don't know how else to describe it, but it's like those movies are fucking perfect.
Dang. I remember seeing The Hobbit in theaters and being like amazed that like how good the CGI was.
Really? Because the CGI was shit.
And I thought it was incredible.
Oh man.
But now
it was too the thing is like the CGI just wasn't, it was good, but it wasn't realistic. So it was like,
but I mean, it's not like a realistic story.
I know, but okay, see, but you've at least seen parts of The Lord of the Rings, haven't you?
I think I've seen some of the first. Yeah, I've seen parts.
Okay. So the thing with movies is, and like I'm a huge movie buff, so I guess like I might be a little bit like one-sided on it, but you take like classic movies like Alien or Predator or, you know, the Lord of the Rings that were made in like the late 90s, early 2000s or whatever. CGI just wasn't there yet. You know what I'm saying? So because it wasn't there, they had to make everything practical. And the thing that you forget is a lot of times CGI is more expensive than practical sets.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they would put more money into practical effects. So for example, they would just do let's say, so in the beginning of Lord of the Rings, there's like a huge battle with Sauron where they show like flashbacks and they have hundreds of thousands of archers and shit up on a ledge. Mm-hmm. So what they did is like, they took like 20 people or 10 people and they dressed them up in full gear and everything. And then they took that and then they multiplied it across with like the CGI that was available at the time. But now they don't have to do that anymore because they can just do it through all CGI. So they do it all CGI. But then the CGI wasn't good. So the people in the very front, you can tell are fake.
Oh.
But like in the old ones, you could see like it's a real person and you could see all the glistening armor and everything. Because when you make it in CGI, you have to add all the lighting and all the textures and all that stuff instead of just replicating them. And then it's just a wall has so much texture and light hits it a certain way and our eyes just know what a wall looks like and we can tell by looking at a wall where light is coming from, and just simply putting up a wall and shooting it, you get rid of all that. But if the wall is CGI,
you have to add all those things.
You have to add all those things and you can fuck it up. And that's what, like when The Hobbit came out, I just don't think we were there yet. And so it's those little things and they just look cartoony as opposed to like the orcs in the first Lord of the Rings movies were real people in fucking makeup who spent 4 hours or 3 hours in makeup a day.
Which is terrible.
So they looked real. Their skin was textured because the artist knew how to do it.
Yeah.
But when it's virtually made, you can't replicate that texture because even the plastic that they put on their face, the prosthetics, has a texture to it. And then they add texture to it, so you get a really textured face. And so when they zoom in, it looks like it. But when you just create a character, it doesn't look like it. It looks cartoony.
Have you watched like the after episodes of Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
Where they like go behind the scenes.
Dude, fuck those.
Those blow my mind.
Okay.
Showing all of the stuff, like the sets that they have to build and everything like that, just is insane to me how they can plan all of that.
I would agree with you. I think that stuff is incredible. Before we get into it, we should probably figure out, because we haven't spoken since the finale came out, have we?
No, we have not.
Oh my God. All right. I would love to hear your take on it. I would love to.
Right now?
Yeah. I mean, are you not ready for it?
No,
are you still emotionally like...
No, that's the thing. I was pissed because I did not feel anything. I was like, I felt...
So that means it was shitty.
Yeah, like afterwards I was like, this did not hit me as hard as I expected it to, which is really sad because I was so emotionally invested for sure.
Yeah.
And I just didn't feel it.
Like, what part did you feel it throughout the whole season, or did it hit you like at the last episode, or?
I guess definitely I felt less emotionally attached this season than I have in past seasons.
Yeah.
And then the ending was when it really sunk in. I was kind of like, I really don't feel like I'm losing anything.
But so was it the entire season, or was it just like the last couple episodes, or?
I would say the entire season.
Yeah.
Which is so sad.
It was just. So the reason too is like why I freaked out when you said the after the episode or whatever. It was just the creators just creating excuses for all the shitty mistakes that were made in it.
Like what?
So, because on Reddit, people like called him out for everything. Okay. So when Rhaegal died, I think it was Rhaegal, right? The green dragon.
Okay.
He gets shot through the neck or whatever, which was bullshit.
So sad.
The fucking creators are like, because the White Walkers have been going on, Dany forgot about Euron's fleet. That's what they said. They said she forgot about Euron's fleet. And then they go back, like people just brought up a bunch of scenes like last season and this season of her just freaking out about the Iron Fleet because it destroyed her shit.
Yeah.
It's like the only thing on her mind is to get to the Iron Throne. She's really not that invested in this. And she forgot about them.
Yeah.
She forgot, even though she forgot that they had already... Because remember, they tried to take King's Landing once before.
Yeah.
And Euron's fleet destroyed them. Mm-hmm. She forgot about it. Fuck you, dude. Fuck you. And they would just make the shittiest excuses. Dude, don't even get me started. We don't even have time for this. We don't even have time. Like, the amount of stupid mistakes this season...
Did you watch the documentary?
No, I don't want to.
I couldn't get
I'm
all
so
the way
bummed.
through it.
I'm so hurt. The last season did not happen for me.
I watched the beginning when they did their last table read, and that made me cry.
Everyone
just to see their reactions.
Everyone looked so pissed too.
When Varys died during the table read, like the actor was just so sad. Oh my god.
The actor has like been furious about it. Like
really?
he has publicly said like this is stupid. They all just, dude.
I know Emilia Clarke was pissed about it.
Emilia Clarke was furious about it. Kit Harington didn't say anything, but he also started drinking a shit ton and is now in rehab.
Really?
You didn't know he's in rehab?
No.
Yeah, he checked himself into rehab last week.
Well, that's a good sign,
for
I
alcoholic,
guess,
for alcoholism and like depression or some shit.
That's so sad.
Yeah, which makes sense though too, because like think about it. This was like his first acting career,
and it was so
big.
Yeah,
and like it's been a decade, dude.
Yeah.
So like he is Jon Snow. So
that's
it's like
so sad.
I know.
I think about that a lot though with like shows like Criminal Minds and like Grey's Anatomy where there's like 12, 14 seasons. Like you have to, some part of you has to become that character.
Oh yeah.
When you're spending so much time as them and you have this life with them, like that's spooky to think about.
I agree, but I definitely think that shows that are this big and this colorful is different. Like Jon Snow is Jon Snow. But like, if you just play a cop on Criminal Minds, like, and you're playing it in the 21st century, it's like different as opposed to when you have to speak differently and you have to use different words and you know, it's just like
that's true.
The immersion of like being on set in New York at a warehouse wearing a suit is not this like and holding a gun is not the same as sword fighting in Norway. In pretending there's a dragon and shit, you know what I'm saying? And he did such a good job. It really bums me out, and the whole thing bums me out. And like the amount of awesome moments we could have had that like didn't happen, it was just so weak.
What would have been your ideal ending?
All right, well, in my opinion, I think they should have done minimum 2 more seasons, or like this season plus another minimum. The entire time we have been told it's the Game of Thrones, but this is stupid. We have been told how stupid this Game of Thrones is because the White Walkers are coming.
Yes.
The very first scene in the entire show is about the White Walkers.
I just got chills.
And then in the last season, they're like the stupid fucking D&D said, it hasn't been about the White Walkers. It's actually been about the Game of Thrones the entire time. And then, you figure out that like, oh, the big climax isn't the fucking, the White Walkers. It's the actual Game of Thrones and shit.
Yeah.
And it's so depressing because the Night King never spoke. He never did anything. We never figured out what's up with those stupid babies that he was converting. Yeah. He just died without saying a single word. There were no fights. Nothing. He just went out like a little bitch. They said like the White Walkers were supposed to be this huge force, and they went out in an hour.
Yeah.
In an hour.
I agree.
Like.
Oh my god.
You know what I read like last week? The only reason that Arya kills the Night King is because otherwise she would not have done anything the entire season. Think about it.
That makes me so sad. She's my favorite character.
Dude, that's so true, though. She didn't do anything else.
Yeah, because literally,
She should have fucking killed Cersei.
Yeah, like that's what I thought was gonna... Dude.
It would have been so easy, too, because Cersei just walked down the stairs past them. Like...
Dude, I mean, don't even get me started. Are you fucking kidding me? Rocks? Okay, all right.
If they had switched anywhere else.
Last thing I want to say is I fucking hate what they did to Jaime.
The like making him leave Brienne and going back to Cersei.
The entire they said here is a guy who is incestual with his sister and he's a piece of shit. He redeemed himself. It was the greatest story like arc like next to Jon's and Dany's. So good, and
they ruined.
They just the last 3 episodes they were like everything we did the last 7.5 seasons.
Fuck it.
Fuck you. He's going back. He's going to get crushed by rocks. Cersei gets crushed by rocks. The most hated the single down. You want to talk about Joffrey? Fuck Joffrey. Cersei was the most hated character in the entire series. She was infuriating everyone. Oh yeah, Ramsay's another good one. But he got a great ending.
He did.
She fucking died in Raw. I don't even want to talk about it. I need a drink. You fucking. We can keep talking about it, but you stressed me out. Jeez Louise, Papa Cheese. All right.
Never heard that before, but yeah, I agree.
Let's go get a drink.
Okay.